Sophie Cunningham didn't just make a casual appearance at SWYSH Den this morning. What seemed like a routine stop quickly turned into a moment that captured attention far beyond the podcast room. The shift happened the second WWE entered the conversation. You could feel it instantly. The tone changed, the energy sharpened, and suddenly this wasn't just about basketball anymore. Fans already know Sophie Cunningham as one of the most intense personalities in the WNBA. She plays with emotion, edge, and a visible fire that never turns off. Whether she's...
What's your favorite thing you've done this offseason?
Favorite thing I've done this offseason? Man, just get back to playing basketball. Honestly, I didn't get to play last year, so played a few games, but just being on the court and having fun and smiling, that brings me a lot of joy.
Draining shots, defending aggressively, or jawing back and forth on the court, Sophie thrives in moments where pressure is highest. So, when the topic of WWE came up, it didn't feel random. It felt natural. Instead of brushing it off or treating it like a joke, Sophie leaned in. She spoke with curiosity, interest, and a surprising level of awareness about what WWE actually represents. Not just wrestling, but performance psychology, storytelling, and presence. This wasn't fan talk. This was an athlete recognizing another competitive world built on intensity and identity. As she continued speaking, it became clear she had thought about this before. Not in a casual what-if way, but in a way that suggested she understood what it would take to succeed there. Sophie talked about entrances, crowd reactions, and...
I know you told us today that after practice you were a little bit nervous going in just because you hadn't played in a while. Was there a moment you tried to get over that, said, all right, I'm good, I'm back to where I was before I got hurt? And I think you hit that one step back three that sort of bring some comfort in some ways, the sort of part we saw.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like when I touched the basketball to start warming up before the practice even started, that's probably when I felt pretty comfortable. But, I've worked so hard. I haven't taken a break since, honestly, since the beginning of the WNBA season, with just all my rehab and getting back to where I wanted to be and then getting even better. So that's been kind of my focus. And this has kind of been my next thing that I've been working for since our season ended. And
the mental edge required to command attention the moment you step into the spotlight. She understands that WWE isn't just about physical ability, it's about owning the room. That's where things got interesting, because Sophie Cunningham already does that on the basketball court. She commands attention without asking for it. Whether fans...
Really thankful for the training staff and player development and everybody that has kind of been there with me. They haven't taken a break either because they invest a lot of time and they want me to be successful. So I think for myself, it's not proving it to yourself again, but it's just that feeling. And I think it just made me smile quite a bit. I really did kind of feel like myself out there and just continuing to get my lungs back. But I felt like I was moving really well. So it was pretty satisfying.
Fans love her or hate her, they watch. And that's exactly what WWE thrives on. Personalities that provoke reaction. Then came the question everyone wanted answered. If Sophie Cunningham were to step into WWE, who would be her dream opponent? There was no hesitation. She didn't laugh. She didn't stall. She answered with confidence.
I wanted to ask you about, the last 6 months. You basically, I think you had a stretch of 7 years, whether it's Iowa or Dowling, where you just didn't miss a game. You never were out for one game with an ankle tweak or anything. Just having that stretch of being off the court and not playing games, did you learn anything about yourself? And did you learn anything about the game just being on the sideline rather than playing?
Breaking it down like a matchup. Energy, presence, style, impact. The way she explained it sounded familiar, like how players talk about rivals, competition, and big games. This wasn't fantasy booking. This was competitive instinct. She approached the question the same way she approaches basketball, with seriousness.
I put together a pretty incredible stretch of never missing a game, and the fact is, when you're a professional athlete, it's going to come at some point. That's just how it goes. I think it's honestly taught me more than I've probably ever learned through the course of my career of, how to take care of your body, how to get right, how to stay healthy, and then just taking time for yourself.
And self-belief. What stood out most wasn't the answer itself. It was the mindset behind it. Sophie didn't frame WWE as something beneath her or outside her world. She framed it as another stage where competition exists. Another arena where toughness, personality, and resilience matter. And that's when the crossover ideas stopped sounding ridiculous and started sounding possible. Athletes crossing into WWE isn't new. We've seen fighters, football players, and Olympians step into the ring before. But what separates those who succeed from those who fade out is presence. WWE demands,
in a way, at the end of the WNBA season, like obviously I did everything I could to try to be able to come back and be able to play for my team, but it just didn't really work. I think that was almost a way of relief for myself, just knowing that I gave everything I could to possibly try to play, but my body just wasn't really letting me.
More than strength, it demands confidence, awareness, and the ability to connect with an audience instantly. Sophie Cunningham checks those boxes. She already understands how to play the villain or the hero without forcing it. She knows how to lean into emotion. She knows how to provoke reaction. And perhaps most importantly, she doesn't shy away from confrontation. She welcomes it. That's why imagining her in WWE feels strangely believable. Her entrance alone would carry attitude. The walk, the stare, the body language. She wouldn't need to say a word for the crowd to react. And when she did speak, it wouldn't sound rehearsed or timid.
I continued to rehab, and now feeling back at 100%, it honestly took probably longer than I expected, but knowing my body's in a really good spot. And, I think more than anything, it just teaches you how to be a really great teammate and a really good leader, and understanding what your teammates go through. Like, obviously, I'm going to have teammates that have been through injuries and are going to continue to go through injuries, and always leaning on them and being there for them. And, if I have a teammate hurt going forward, like, I'm always going to be the one that texts them and checks on them. And then, just pouring into your teammates. You can do that whether you play or you don't play. And that was kind of my main focus.
It sounds sharp, direct, and unapologetic. Then comes the persona. WWE personas aren't created randomly. They're extensions of real personality amplified for the stage. Sophie wouldn't need to invent something fake. She'd lean into who she already is. Intense, confident, fearless, and unafraid to be polarizing. Some fans would cheer her instantly. Others would boo just as loudly. And that's exactly what WWE wants. Reaction matters more than approval. From there, the imagination opens up even more. What kind of role would Sophie play? Would she be the
This is the biggest honor you can possibly have, and playing basketball in our country is wearing USA across your chest. So, I'm just excited to be here and honored. Obviously, it's kind of like the start to the new Olympic cycle, and quite a few different things before we get to that point, but just excited to be here and be surrounded by a lot of really great players, some that haven't played in Olympics before, and then others that have a medal or multiple medals. So I think it's been a fun group to be around.
Relentless competitor who disrespects everyone in her path. The no-nonsense enforcer who doesn't care about popularity. Or the outspoken disruptor who thrives on chaos. Whatever direction she chose, it would feel authentic. And authenticity is what keeps audiences invested. Then there's the ring name, the final piece of the puzzle. In WWE, a ring name isn't just branding. It's identity. It's the first impression. It's the thing fans chant, criticize, or fear before the bell even rings. And Sophie Cunningham already has the foundation for something powerful. A ring name that sounds dominant. A ring name that fits her edge. A ring name that carries authority before she even speaks. Would she keep her real name and let it carry over? Or would she adopt something that amplifies her intensity even further?
Obviously, this camp has a lot of younger players. What can you say just about all of you being able to come together and kind of signify this start of this new Olympic cycle, with all of you being together and being so familiar with each other?
Yeah, and I think a lot of us have familiarity, whether we were playing on junior national teams together or whether we played versus each other in college, or, obviously playing now versus each other in WNBA, or some of us obviously are teammates as well. So, we know each other pretty well. I think it obviously speaks to the way USA Basketball does such a great job at the junior national team levels of really getting you kind of involved in the program and understanding what USA Basketball is about.
That sounds dangerous, bold, and unforgettable. That question alone sparks endless debate, and that's the point. When fans start imagining, discussing, and arguing, the idea has already taken hold. What makes this moment special is that it wasn't planned. It wasn't marketing. It wasn't hype. It was a genuine conversation that revealed something fans hadn't fully considered before. Sophie Cunningham isn't just a basketball player with skill. She's a personality built for spotlight. And that's rare. In today's sports world, talent alone